The NYPD tonight under criticism about two incidents at subway stations in Brooklyn that critics say went too far. In one case, a teenager punched by a police officer. The other, a packed subway car, was held at gunpoint.
If you're still under the delusion that cops, especially the NYPD, are here to serve and protect anybody but themselves, I've got a thriving mosquito farm to sell you in the Arctic Circle. New York's finest, as they're called, have managed time and again to prove that they are here to serve and protect themselves. As far as other people, they're not out there serving and protecting the public. They're using their time and sucking down extorted resources, harassing and collecting from everybody else. According to an annual report released on Monday by Comptroller Scott Stringer's office, New York City taxpayers spent, get this, an ungodly $230 million to pay off 6,472 lawsuits settled against the NYPD in just the last fiscal year alone. That's almost $250 million that didn't come out of the pockets of the criminal cops, but out of the pockets of the people who didn't commit the wrongdoing. The amount reflects settlements made from July 2017 through June 2018 and marks a 32% decrease from the prior year when the city paid out $335 million for lawsuits against the police department. This is the work of New York's finest, a police department that figures, we're the FBI, the CIA, and the NSA all rolled into one. When not arrogantly interloping as the East Wing of Team America World Police.
Well, police, get down on the ground!
The NYPD is busy back at home violating rights and blowing off public records requests. The department is infamous for its suspicious list surveillance, its suspicionless searches, and the occasional homicide thrown in for good measure. NYPD spokeswoman Sergeant Jessica McRory says the 32% reduction in claims shows the NYPD is serious about deterring officer misconduct. But apparently she's only reading the parts of the report that she likes. The reality is that the overall drop in claims is counteracted by the NYPD's 100% increase in police misconduct settlement payments over the past decade. Roughly $108 million was related to allegations of police misconduct like false arrests and excessive force, more than doubling the $48 million paid out for such issues a decade ago. We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, guys, in a very short period of time. What the hell are these costume thugs doing out there? You'd think they were some kind of gang or something. Oh, wait. No matter how they try to spin it, the numbers speak for themselves. Since the middle of 2017, the city has paid out $500 million in settlements and lawsuits against the NYPD.
When you're driving up my when I'm trying to park the car, and then you have to do something with your hands.
Sir, I just say...
I don't care what you have to say.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
People are allowed to park in this car, park their cars on the side of the street without your interference. And then your opinion about what's going on.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Apologize.
Especially when the person you're doing it to are the police.
Okay, sir. I apologize.
I don't know where you're coming from or where you think you're appropriate in doing that.
Okay.
It's not the way it works.
Okay, sir.
How long have you been in this country?
Almost 2 years.
Almost how long?
2 years.
2 years. I got news for you. And use this lesson. Remember this in the future. Don't ever do that again.
Okay.
The only reason you're not in handcuffs going to jail and getting summonses in the precinct is because I have things to do.
Okay.
That's the only reason that's not happening. Because this isn't important enough for me. You're not important enough. Don't ever do that again. Are you a fare?
Yes.
You're a fare?
Yes.
And this guy is taking time out of your day for his vehicle and traffic violations.
Sure.
Thank you. Can you take that his plate number, please?
I have his plate.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay.
The spokeswoman's cheery spin on $233 million in settlements as an indication of officers behaving $100 million better than last year doesn't say much about the force in general. Matter of fact, it speaks volumes. Now granted, the amount of settlements will never reach zero no matter the length of time, but if the NYPD is serious about reducing misconduct and improving its relationship with the public, it definitely can't keep allowing things like this. According to this article from the Daily News, Peter Valentin, a hard-charging Bronx narcotics detective whose online handle is Pistol Pete, has been sued a stunning 28 times since 2006 on allegations of running slash and burn raids that left dozens of lives in ruins while resulting in few criminal convictions. The article says the city has paid out $884,000 to settle cases naming the stocky 36-year-old detective, but he doesn't seem too concerned. "I'm aware of that," he scoffed at a Daily News reporter when told of his claim to shame. "Once it goes to court, I don't follow it." Guys, it's almost $1 million in claims just against this one guy alone. A 2014 report showed 55 NYPD officers have been sued 10 or more times. If Valentin's shrug of indifference is indicative of the NYPD's collective mindset, lawsuits are no deterrent to misconduct. And why do you think that is? Because the money paid out in lawsuits doesn't come out of the pockets of the offenders. And it doesn't come out of the pockets of NYPD officials. And the same people who defend misconduct by saying, "it's just the bad apples," are the same people refusing to remove the bad apples from the barrel, which automatically makes them bad apples. Being a repeat offender is bad news in every part of the criminal justice system except the component that initiates the process. Three strikes laws proliferate and exponentially increase sentences for criminal violators. Meanwhile, those policing the streets are barely policed at all. Those that do manage to create enough headaches for their departments that they're terminated can usually find steady law enforcement work at other agencies. Because, you gotta look out for the criminals of the thin blue line. The message being sent to the public by the NYPD isn't the one its spokesman is offering. It's actually saying it doesn't give a damn about how much of the public's money it has to spend to keep bad cops employed, roaming the streets with their gang colors and badges, and ruining countless lives. And they wonder why there's such a massive rise in First, Second, and Fourth Amendment auditors taking to the streets and filming every action of criminal cops. Guys, please take a second to like and share this video with everybody you know everywhere you can on social media, and leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comments section below. And I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.